let's talk about reselling goals, because I know January, what is it today? January 6th.
Mhm.
Everybody's kind of still in that resolution mode, that kind of setting big goals and trying to stick to it. So what's some of your reselling goals for 2022?
I don't know if I had any specific goals or specific numbers of anything that I wanted to hit for 2022. I definitely started off uh, the month because I'm just starting paternity leave, so I got 3 straight months off of my part-time gig, and I started off the year saying that I was going to max out my listings daily.
Mm,
Minimum 10 listings on eBay because of the little experiment that we had over the summer,
hmm hmm
that we can talk about later. I tried to craft a list of goals a few days ago, and then there's something that Derek said to me that kind of rang in my head. Not ATL uh, flipper, Derek,
Oh, fundamentals.
fundamentals.
Okay.
I remember him telling me that I think I was trying to chop down a large tree, something along those lines, like, make your goals a little smaller and chop them down in pieces. So I
Mm,
started off saying, you know what, I'm going to just, until I figure it out, I'm going to start off at 10 listings a day, and I'm going to try to get those 10 listings done before I take Lemmy to school in the morning at 7:30. So that's where I'm starting. And so far, I'm 6 days in, and I'm right on point. I'm caught up, and I'm still trying to work something specific out for the next, few months. But that's where I'm at with it as far as reselling goals.
no, that's solid. I think because when, like you mentioned before, when we were doing the 10 listings a day, um, that's what really helped kind of keep my business going. You know what I mean? Like that, I
Yeah,
realized I seen a huge spike in sales, and just for me, the consistency of it was what really. Um, I know all my analytics was up. Everything like in your seller hub
yeah,
was green. Like everything was way higher. My
everything.
views, everything. So for me, I realized that just that consistency, just feeding the algorithm was what really kept me going. And the only difference now, I was talking about it yesterday, I'm trying to list higher items, higher price stuff, higher profit stuff. When we was doing the 10 listings a day, after like maybe 2 weeks, I was just looking around the house trying to find anything, anything for
Yeah,
10. So I was listing stuff for $5, $10, just to kind of get the
the
ball rolling.
algorithm going, and
Hmm.
it feels like that's more important. See, for you, I know that you're at a point in your career with eBay to where your sales are pretty much consistent for a while now.
Hmm.
I'm at a point where I'm just gonna make 2 years reselling in February, but I won't make 2 years on eBay until like toward the end of this year, right?
Mm.
So the type of jump that my account saw in just 7 days, it was unthinkable. I had no idea that I could do that much damage in just 7 days of consistent listing. And I
Hmm.
would list daily, but it wasn't 10 consistently and in the way that we did it. And
Right.
by the time I was on day 15, I saw like the biggest days I had ever seen in my account.
Mm.
Right
That's what's
after
up.
that, it was barely 2 weeks, right? So I've heard so many times over and over that listing is the most important thing. We proved
Because
it to ourselves. You know what I mean?
right, right, and I think that's what we needed. I think we kind of needed to do that challenge, to kind of test the market in real life, to see, because you hear other resellers say that, you hear people say the eBay algorithm needs listing, you gotta list, but that's so cliche at this point that if you're not doing it yourself, you kind of wouldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we proved it, and
Yeah.
I need to get back to that consistent amount of listings, because now I find myself, some days I'll do 5, some days I'll do 25, and then some days I might not post anything. You know what I mean? But once you consistent every day, even if it's just 5 every day, your business starts to just blow up.
I don't even understand how it works because some of the stuff that was selling that week is stuff that it's been in my account for years. It's almost like eBay said, "Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and find this. I'm gonna find somebody to buy this yo-yo for." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just picked like the most random stuff. So, but hey, listen, I had a little fall. You know, for the people listening, I ended up taking a trip to Colorado. I live in New York, but I ended up taking a trip to Colorado right in the middle of our experiment.
Yeah,
and I set up so that I could list while I was in Colorado. I signed in to my account in my hotel room and I started doing my listings, and eBay shut me down and erased all of my listings. So I ended up falling off. And yeah, so that's what messed up my consistent run. But I kept that in the back of my head the entire time, that when I get ready to get on my next roll, I know exactly what I have to do to get the thing pumping. And that's where I'm at now at the beginning of the year, you know. Like that opportunity to get started over again with that type of consistent run.
Cause you felt like you was losing.